Right, yes, more fartassing. So, my MP caseworker for Eastbourne was meant to phone me today, and this is all supposed to be urgent. The time is 8, just gone half 8 in the evening. He phoned me yesterday. I hadn't spoken to him. He hadn't got back to me for 3 months. Now, he said he hasn't been well. This is my Eastbourne MP office. Not being funny, Ewan, but I spoke to you for 3 hours and you hadn't got back to me for 3 months, and they kept lying to me. They kept saying, Ewan will phone you, he will phone you, whilst being fobbed off, lied to. How do you expect me to react when I'm a victim of horrific corruption? It's not just rude, it's crimes against humanity. And I'm a constituent who is a victim of horrific corruption. I mean, I've been beaten by the police, sexually assaulted as a rape victim, threatened with being a political prisoner for refusing to call my sister at a time when there's just been a ruling in Parliament to say that a biological woman is a woman. I've got a landlady in contempt of court who sent me a harassing email. I bought this alcohol to take up to Beachy Head Suicidal. What is Josh doing? Now, I'm not being funny, Ewan. I really don't mean this. I really am not being funny. I will say this to you. If and when you phone me, because you were meant to phone me today, you said you've been contacting adult social care, and you said to me, have they contacted me? No, they haven't. You couldn't have been ill for the whole 3 months. Now, I understand you're all busy in that office. Busy lying to me, busy fobbing me off. Now I am. This has happened to you, and I've been messed around again by my doctor's surgery, Derek from the Lighthouse practice, from the complaints team, yes? And Dr. Caro lying to me in text message. I felt like I could have had a heart attack from the stress. I left a distressing message for you in tears after dealing with my partner's emotional abuse, his friend. Because that's, I've been emotionally abused. I, I'm, Darren calling me an idiot because I got very, very upset that I didn't even get a happy birthday text on my birthday, but I got a text on my birthday as a sort of, you know, and I've still got these gifts for Darren from July and December, and we're in April now. And my late father's inheritance is fast depleting. It's the same old, same old. So you haven't contacted me, Ewan. You were not ill, Ewan, for the whole 3 months. For the whole 3 months that you were meant to get back to me. And as I said, I've decided that I'm not going to put a link in the description to that YouTube video of that woman in Bexhill whose solicitor abused me and falsely took me on under legal aid, who she says has got 16 pages of corruption against him, including sexual harassment. You contacted him, Ewan. I asked you to contact him for a third time, but I never asked you, did you actually contact him for a third time? So what's going on? Why do you keep lying to me? Why are you doing this to me? Why? Why? I am at a point where I have to look after my physical health as well as my mental health, and I am doing this all on my own. I was crying at Barwell's yesterday. I was in a terrible state before I got abuse from my partner. Oh, maybe you should leave that your partner then. He shouldn't be asking you for money. And they're all telling me to go to down at Barwell's. The advocate from Swan, Joanna, told me it's illegal that they went through my father's things without me. Barwell's don't think they've done anything wrong. They're telling me I was locked out of my brand new supported accommodation on news my father had died. And the GP, Dr. Stewart, texted me to say I spent 4 hours with a doctor in my nightwear. The managing director locked me out. And Mr. Holden, who's a pervert, quite clearly, from this YouTube video of a woman who has been terrorised by bailiffs and Sussex police in Bexhill, who's got a legal background. Marion is her name, apparently. I'd like to meet her. Mr. Holden was going to help me make a subsequent claim against the council, but then he decided he didn't want to help me, and he's lied to the Solicitors Regulation Authority, saying I didn't instruct him when this demented man was shouting down the phone at me that he didn't care if the MP office was phoning him and to go away. And he clearly doesn't care about the most appalling reviews I've ever read in my life, which sums up what kind of a person he is. And I've got a landlady in contempt of court, and she's happy to go to prison. She told District Harper that she's happy to go to prison. District Judge Harper told me to go to this perverted solicitor who's got 16 pages of corruption against him, and District Judge Harper also told me to go to your office, Josh Babarundi. So, Ewan, what is going on? I'm a constituent on severe disability who is extremely suicidal. I can feel the pain in my chest. Dr. Webborn, I've got it in writing that he said my haemoglobin levels were dangerously low at the Marine Parade Hotel and that I needed a blood transfusion. I've never had that in my entire life. I've never had physical health issues, all because of what you've all done to me. In the name of exploitation and not being supported. So, Ewan Morrison, what is going on? Why am I being lied to? Because I've had Derek at the Lighthouse practice say I should not be. He had the nerve to say to me that I shouldn't be recording. I recorded a crucial phone call of Dr. Furlong phoning me to hear information that he needed to hear from me as a patient. And his exact words were that I was being unfair to him, telling him all these things, and he terminated the call. I haven't published that phone call, but it's on my laptop. And I have to be very careful because I'm being persistently antagonized as a victim of horrific crimes against humanity. So the riots this summer, I predicted riots over 20 years ago. Well over 20 years ago, I said to my late mother, I said, there'll be riots one day. I said, and she agreed with me. She didn't want to come back to the UK. She travelled the world in the 50s and 60s. She didn't want to come back here. And talking about how we're overpopulated. And that was over 20 years ago. But I've now been a victim of the most appalling corruption. This hotel was on GB News for illegal immigrants. The thug downstairs on the desk, the bald-headed thug, saying my name, "You're mental," he threatened me with assault when I was as a victim of a malicious communications letter which is pages long in this hotel. And then he threatened me with police because I complained about police harassing me when I need to make claims because I spoke out with campaigners, and it's on YouTube, when I spoke out with campaigners at Let Women Speak in Hyde Park with Kelly J. Keane. And one of the campaigners told me to go to the Freedom of Speech Union to make claims against Eastbourne police. Yes, I'm being pushed to suicide. 1 minute they're doing a welfare check and torturing me at the same time. Council, I recorded a phone call to the council. It's not on YouTube, by the way. 1 hour and 18 minutes. And they terminated my call, refusing to do what the courts are telling them they need to do for me. So why haven't you contacted me, Ewan? What is going on? You said you'll contact me today. The doctor's surgery was meant to contact me yesterday. Community connectors hanging up on me. All these useless, pointless, insane. Nothing's fit for purpose. None of these so-called support services, phone numbers. Dr. Caro lying to me in a text saying that he offered me a social prescriber. I'd never even been told what one was. I'd never heard of one. Why would I turn down help when I'm screaming out for it? Anyway, that's it. That's me done.